Today has been very difficult. As I've said before, I'm a caregiver, and it started with a person I'm a caregiver for falling. And it's terrifying when that happens. And when you already have anxiety and you're already up here, that just brings you even higher, you know. And my hand's been trembling all day. And this constant sense of anxiety and fear is just, it's killing me. It feels like it's slowly killing me. I did try to get out, and when I was out, I was in a store, and I was at like a self-checkout, and I only had 2 things to buy, and I went up and I scanned them quickly and put them in a bag, and then when it said, you know, how to pay, I hit cash because I had cash on me, and it said, oh, we need to have someone assist you. This is apparently in Target now. Like, if you use cash at a self-checkout, like, they have to literally come over and check you out. I don't know, the whole thing's weird. I didn't know it did that, so I had to wait a minute for the woman to come over, and the guy behind me was like very dramatic. It's like, oh, come on, and this and that, and, you know, like really, really dramatic about having to. And now I'm not kidding when I say that the line was short, and I was only there a minute. I had 2 things I scanned. That was it. This guy was being very dramatic, and the girl came over and cashed me out, and it really did not take long at all. And before I was even done grabbing my bag, he literally came up and bumped me out of the way. He bumped me out of the way. And just started scanning his stuff. I hadn't even collected my stuff. I hadn't even gotten my receipt. I was literally in the process of doing that. And this guy just was so angry that he was held up by what might have been a minute at most. And I just went in my car and I cried. And I know that's so dumb, you know, like but there's no empathy anymore. There's no consideration for people anymore. Maybe he's going through something too, but I'm going through something as well, and I didn't take it out on him. I've never had anyone do that to me before. It's not like I was standing there for, 20 minutes loading up a cart of stuff. It was 2 items. It took me 30 seconds to scan. I didn't know about the cash thing. Even so, it's just plain rude. And why can't people ever consider other people, how those people might be feeling? And I just cried because it was another one of those moments where, and I've talked about this before, where we all have these moments in life, someone's rude or inconsiderate or whatever, but when you're already depressed and sad and feel like you're going to cry at the drop of a hat all the time and anxious and you're just trying to basically survive each day, when someone is just rude to you or lacks empathy, it's just it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, and I don't know how else to say it, but it's like the cherry on top, And so I sat in my car and I cried. And I cried about all the things I was worried about today, and I cried about being treated like that, and I cried about feeling so alone and sad, and I cried about every stupid feeling inside me. And then the last few days, seeing what's happening in the country is horrifying, heartbreaking. And I don't know when a lack of empathy meant being woke. Having empathy meant being woke. Caring about others is being woke, I thought, as far as I've always known, if you lack empathy, if you don't feel empathy for others, that was a diagnosis of being a sociopath. So you can call me woke or whatever you want, but I would rather have empathy any day than to be a sociopath. But half the country agrees with treating human beings like absolute fucking shit. With taking away their rights. With seeing them as less than human. And to say that hasn't fucking destroyed me for the years I've been watching this go on, and then to see everything that happened the last few days, well, I'd be lying. And we talk about, oh, we need to fight, but we're fighting for people that didn't care enough for us. There are more of them than there are of us. Can the country even be saved when half the country doesn't want saving? I had this naive faith in people, of course, when I was young. I thought most people were inherently good. You helped your neighbor. If someone was having a medical emergency, you called 911. You know, you did the right thing. You cared about your fellow man. Now, if you do, you're woke. And that's just watching this. Watching my friends have their rights stripped. And watching the elderly in my family have to somehow find a way to pay for medication that is going to just skyrocket. Knowing there's not going to be any protections anymore for women, minorities, trans people, gay people. It's all gone. And the country voted for that. So I'm not sure it's worth saving anymore. And that's weighed on me so much the last few days. And I don't think I'm alone in that. But today, the way I was treated was just another little reminder of how prevalent it is now. To not care about anyone but yourself. I thought we taught, like, even kindergartners to be kinder than that. Anyway, this is going on 10 minutes. I'd rather be destroyed by my empathy than not care. I don't ever want to be that.